What's going on, guys? My name is Sean. It's a brand new channel. Don't know how to really go about starting it, but here I am, just gonna start it. Behind me I have my 2004 GTO. It's a clean Florida title car, and this is probably amongst one of the most unique cars that I have owned out of probably the 40ish that I have had. And that's because whether it's meeting people in real life or joining the GTO community, it's kind of weird, but trying to get rid of it. On top of that, I'm trying to finish it. It has been a project of mine for a little while now. It sat for like 2 years, I was told, in Florida, and clear coat kind of got faded a little bit, and so it needs a good buff job. But it's honestly been kind of a challenging car too. But I wanted to go over some things that people tend to hate about them and what goes wrong with them. So first thing I have on the list, and these don't go in any order, I just throwing them out there, so in case if you're out there and you're in the market for one, maybe some things that you're not aware of that you need to be. So yeah, first thing I have though is the rear end tends to sag and will it'll cause abnormal tire wear. Now I do have abnormal tire wear, but that's because, I don't know, sometimes my left foot just like slips while my right foot is on the gas, and it just goes all over. It's crazy. So I've never really experienced the abnormal tire wear from the rear end sagging, but that is definitely an issue that if this car does end up staying around, I'll probably just end up putting coilovers on it, because aftermarket parts nowadays in the world, it's just far superior than OEM. Not everything, but definitely most of them. Let's see here. The next thing I have on my list is the engine bay. There is like no room. I have the 04, so I have the drive-by-wire LS1. Don't worry, I'll get a sound clip later, but I did put a full exhaust on this, and it took me a span of over 3 nights to put them on, but overall there is just no room in here. And that's my little portable light, because if it wasn't on, it'd be dark. But seriously, to put headers on this car, I have heard it was a nightmare. But honestly, I'd rather do spark plugs on a Subaru. I don't know. I'll do spark plugs on a Subaru again before I were to do another GTO. It was just super hard. The driver's side particularly, you got to disconnect the steering rack and lose a bunch of fluid, put a bunch of new fluid in. I did everything myself. Like I said, it took me 3 nights to do, but it was very hard. If I were to do it ever again, I would just pay somebody. And I like doing all the work myself. Would like to also say that my quarantine is over. I work in a manufacturing shop, and I've been off for almost 4 months. So it's been kind of a crazy time too, because I got to witness my kid's first steps there. So I got to bring the monitor out. I think he's getting up soon. Anyway, let's see. Like I said, these go in no order, but the next thing that I have written down on a little list, because I want to be somewhat organized, is in the pages, people like to pick on the 04s because it's the one-off year. There's some differences. The obvious dead giveaway one is the hood. I'm not sure of any other real big ones, but at least as far as I know, it is definitely the hood, and you don't have the louvers, which the louvers are functional, but I don't know, sometimes the slick looks maybe a little better. I don't know, to each their own. But it's also the 5.7. It's not the 6.0. But I guess if you really know your way around the motor, is the 30 or 40 horsepower difference really matter? But because I still have fun in this thing, picked this thing up when I used to live in Florida. It is a 6-speed car. The tires still brake at 80 when I'm shifting into third, I think. I don't remember. But overall, I could still have fun with it. That's why I chose the 04, because the 04 market compared to the 05, 06, I picked this up like half the cost of what your 05, 06s were. And I honestly just want to be in a GTO. And I regret it. No, just kidding. But seriously. All right. The next thing. People in the pages, I would say it's honestly a good 50-50 of people that want OEM headlights and people that want the, I don't know, what are they, $250, $300 Spider headlights, also referred as the Galos. But I bought this car and it had the Spider headlights, and honestly, some awesome kid wanted to trade his OEM headlights for my eBay Spiders, which the reason I'm talking about these headlights is because if you want a brand new pair from GTO, GT, G8, I think I said that right. No, sorry. GTO, G8TA.com, a brand new set's going to run you about $1,000. And that's pretty hefty for some headlights. But if you are putting your car back to factory looking, really clean, you're just going to have to ball out. The only thing wrong with these headlights is the chrome is crinkling in here. I did actually find a guy local to me. He was getting rid of a GTO headlight, and it happened to be a driver's side. So I've never put a headlight in the oven. So I'm definitely going to be trying that in the future, because if I can take it apart and manage to, you know, not really break anything, I'm going to do that and maybe take the chrome out and do something else. That is, if I keep the car. I am, like, it is out there. It is for sale. Everything has a price. I took it down because people kept lowballing me. I mean, you're going to get that. But this whole exhaust setup, I went with a legit full exhaust and brand new. If you were to buy everything, was $3,200, so it was pretty pricey. All right, so up here I have the GTO covers. Me personally, I'm not a fan of them on there anyway. I mean, I don't go to like car shows and like pop my hood. This car is bone stock, top, bottom end, stock heads. It is bone stock. Just has an intake and exhaust. But turn my light back on here. I'm not too sure if it's on 04s, but definitely can relate to 05, 06s. So this right here is your fuel line. So it comes back from all the way over here, but the cover actually goes over everything. And I've heard that it can rub on this fuel line, creating a hole. And I mean, you put fuel with a bunch of heat, and you're going to be calling your insurance company. So definitely kind of scary, but I took mine off and just stuck them up there because I don't want the motor heat soaked. These motors are aluminum, and that aluminum can hold in a bunch of heat, and whether I'm cruising on a highway, going racing, I don't want all that heat there. It's just heat soaking is bad. That's why parts go bad over time, because your car goes from on, off, on, off, on, off. That's why parts just go bad. Sorry if there's that going on. Oh, let's see here. I have to grab my light for this. But another thing I have seen is the headliner will sag. Lucky for me, the previous owners, whatever, they had that redone. Did a really good job. So I don't have to worry about that, but just if you're in the market for one, I heard it's actually a real pain to take it out too. It's easier going in than out, but that's just another one of those things. And another thing in interior is, if you know GTOs, you obviously know something is missing. Like right here where the camera is. It's because this bolster right there will tear. And so obviously that was on the old seats. And somebody, I'm guessing, hopefully maybe that did the headliner, did the seat as well. But like I said, I'm just pointing out issues that if you're in the market for one, because you could pick a GTO up for, I've seen one as low as $4,500, and I'll be honest, I paid $5,500 for this car. Maybe it's $5,000. I don't remember, but that's a story for another day, where this car came from and where it is now. So let's see here. When I got this car, I can't get to the other key. When I got this car, the battery was dead in the key, and I heard that this little contact right here has to touch the key ring where you put the key in for the ignition, and I heard that needs to make a contact. I don't know how true that is, but basically I needed the new key. And I see a bunch of people wondering, like, can I get a new key? How do I program it? Do I have to go to the dealership? No, you do not have to go to the dealership. You can get a brand new key. Don't know how much it is, but GTO, G8T8.com, and they have fobs. And then you just take the 2 back screws off, right like so, and you can take this key out. So this is the key that I got with the car, and then this is a new fob that I'm not sure if the guy already had it or if I bought it, just because I don't know, this car, I've had a lot happen within the past couple of years that I've had this car. Oh, I've never noticed a dent there. Wicked, awesome. So if you're programming a key, and people need to realize this, I did this on the first try. I don't know why people cannot nail this down. I literally looked it up, how to program a key, and it's called the 10-10-10 method. So you put your new key in, turn the car on. After 10 minutes, the horn is going to honk. I don't remember if it's once or twice or 3 times or whatever. I believe it's 2 times, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. There's a video on GTO G8TA.com, but it's the 10-10-10 method. Key in, on for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the horn is going to honk. After that horn has honked, you have to go and turn the key off and then back on within 5 seconds and leave the key in the on position for another 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes is up, you need to do the same thing. You turn it off. After 5 seconds, turn it back on. For that 3rd time, I believe when that's done, maybe it'll honk like 3 times, but all it took was 3 times, and this key is programmed. So I can prove right meow. Right meow. Let's see here. So, all right. There's key on. That's all you ever have to go. Do not try to start it. That can mess you up. So, I'll do a little cold start here. I know that that was not revving it loud. That was not red line. That was about 22 to 2500. So the exhaust I did on this car is I gotta start wrapping this up because my kid's up. But the exhaust that I did on this car is 1 7/8 American Racing headers, which that is the biggest diameter size header you can get for a GTO. And then I'm like viewing the car as how it looks on the underside, but those are long tube headers down to a 3-inch catless X pipe. And then I have straight tubes that run all the way back to the Corsa Sport. And the reason why I wanted Corsa is because Corsa actually has a patent on their mufflers so where you have no drone in the cab. And I'll do a driving video one day, but I can 100% back that they have it figured out. And this video probably will do no justice, but I really am quite impressed with Corsa, and I will further be buying their products for multiple vehicles. Speaking of vehicles, give you guys a quick little rundown because I do plan on doing YouTube. Like on the side, I'd like to maybe venture off doing my own thing. I've always had a huge passion for cars, but I literally like anything. I just messaged a guy this morning actually offering to trade my GTO for a side-by-side. My dad has a bunch of land down in Tennessee, and my 15-month-old, I want him by all the fun stuff. But I also have a Honda Grom. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see those cobwebs, but it literally just sits because this whole quarantine, I've just been hanging out. But I went to go actually start it the other day, and I've never actually pulled the battery out of a Grom. It's a 2018, by the way. Super fun bike, and even for a big guy like myself, I have lots of fun on it. It's just fun to rip around on, go to the store, go to the gas station down the road, get a drink. But look at how small this battery is. So, oh, there's one other thing that I just thought of that I see in the GTO pages. And if I'm missing anything, put it down in the comments, and just so we can spread the knowledge. I've seen multiple times that, oh, my GTO is sat for 2 or 3 weeks, and the battery's dead. Okay, well, I kind of think that is pretty common sense that even when your car's off, it is still using a small percentage of battery. There's internal clocks. There's the computer. There's, if you open, even if you don't start it, if you open the door, there's lights, dome lights. So there's always going to be a draw on a battery. But if your car is sitting that long, if it's in a garage, it's upside down, but throw a battery tender on it. Or if it's sitting outside, you can go get a little solar panel, and it plugs into your cigarette lighter, and it keeps the car fully charged. But like the car starting right now, it was a little slow on the startup, that I could tell, because I put a new starter in the car, so I know. I think I put a fast starter, not too sure, but I know what it should sound like when I'm cranking. And the last time I truly drove this car was honestly 3 weeks ago. Just sits in the garage. Just kind of waiting for Cooper to get a little older so he can enjoy it. So we can go out places like on the weekends, go get some ice cream. I think it'll be super fun. So that's a little bit about me so far. This is my first video. My name is Sean, once again. Thanks guys for watching the intro GTO video. I will post more on Instagram, so if you want to follow me there before I post up on YouTube, it is at KIB_Sean, Kib Sean. So yeah, follow me there too. And thanks again for watching. Hope y'all are having a good day, staying safe, because it's a wacky world we're living in. And yeah, take it easy, guys. See you next time. Bye.